Hey, get this, guys. I had to actually use math in real life. First time ever. Well, first time, technically algebra. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it's been a while, so I had to think about it. So I'm playing Gran Turismo 7, and I'm doing an online time trial challenge where during the registration period, everyone competes to get within a certain percentage of the world record. So that's the world record right now to do a lap on this track. And if you get within 10% of the world record, you get a really nice 250K reward. My current record is 2:30.262, which is 9.79, like just under the 10% threshold needed. So the threshold is 2:30.544, and my time, which took a while for me to get, took a lot of effort, is 2:30.262. So I'm barely good enough. So the thing is, it's based on what the world record is. So I don't know if somebody's going to beat that world record in the next 5 days, and I don't know by how much they would have to beat the world record. So basically, I needed to do a little bit of math to figure out if it's worth it for me to try to improve my time, because I don't know if I'm going to be available and whatnot, and it takes a lot of effort, and it might already be good enough now. So looking at what how the rankings are, you can kind of see okay, the record, the rankings are kind of spaced out by a tenth of a second or less. The current world record is a little bit of a jump. So I was okay, what would the world record have to be to kick me out of the 10% threshold? And because that will kind of let me estimate how likely it is that I'll get kicked out. So I did some math here, and basically, if you take the world record time, convert it into seconds, then multiply it by 1.1 to increase it by 10%, then you get 150.5449 seconds, which translates to 2 minutes 30 seconds 0.545, which is the current threshold for bronze. So multiplying by 1.1 gives the current threshold for bronze. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I made the variable W to represent the world record to boot me out of the 10% threshold. And 150.262 is my current time in seconds. So I just did, so based on this, since I had to multiply the record, by 1.1 to get the current bronze threshold, if I multiply 1.1 by the world record to boot me out, then that will get me my current record, 150.262. So 1.1 W equals 150.262. So then I just divided both sides by 1.1. That's algebra. And so then you get W equals 136.60181818 repeating. And convert that to minutes and seconds. And that's 2 minutes, 16 seconds, and 0.601 with the way the game rounds, boots me out. So when all is said and done, if anyone gets 216.601, I will lose my reward. So since the current record is 216.859, and since the record keeps getting improved by about like 0.1 or less by different people, I can kind of estimate, like, it's pretty much a coin toss whether or not it's worth it for me to spend a bunch of time lowering my record to stay under the 10%. Because, you know, if you follow the pattern, like, somebody will probably get to a 216.601, but maybe the world record is already optimized and it's kind of solidifying here. So I think it's like barely worth it for me to go for it. But yeah, math can help you decide whether something is worth it or not. Well, first time ever I've had to actually do something like this.